This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and for the first time in person, I'm delighted to be joined by heavyweight Otto Wallin here in New York. Otto, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you in person.
I was going to say, it's the first time we've actually been able to meet, never mind do an interview, so yeah, it's good to catch up, be able to see you in the flesh. I just found out and just heard about it was your birthday yesterday, so just start off with that happy birthday for yesterday, Otto. Did you get up to much?
Yeah. I had a nice party with my friends and my girlfriend at our place. Then we went out here in New York, and that's always fun.
Now, obviously, you're in camp mode. Is it easy to kind of just switch off for your birthday, or did you have to kind of stay strict with how much you could enjoy it?
No, I mean, I don't really have a fight locked in, and I'm always in the gym anyway. So, sometimes you gotta have some fun also, and I think that's really important. That's something I learned over the years, that you gotta enjoy yourself sometimes, because otherwise you get, worked out and kind of depressed, to be honest.
This is an interesting topic just to touch on. Obviously, we know how frustrating a period it's been for you this last couple of months with the Dillian Whyte fight falling through. Not even a couple of months, a month really, since that fell through. Do you feel like your birthday kind of has come at a good time for you just to be able to switch off and actually just enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty much over that situation now. It was frustrating. I wanted that fight. I was ready for it. Training was pretty much done, and I was about to head out to the UK to fight him, and then they canceled. But at this point, I got to move on, and I am. And I had a couple of weeks at home in Sweden, which was really nice. First time in 2 years, so it was great seeing everybody. Now I'm back here training, and birthday, that was good. So now it's more focused.
Just to get an update from yourself, Otto, on that entire situation, have you had any further contact with Matchroom about the Dillian Whyte fight, which never happened, with regards to the injury records and all of that?
Not me personally, but my lawyer and my promoter, Dimitri. I'm sure they're in touch a lot. But, the injury, they pulled out, said it was injured, but we haven't seen any evidence of it, so I don't know. Maybe he was injured, maybe he wasn't. I can't really tell because I haven't seen the evidence.
When the fight was pulled, did you have any conversations with Matchroom about, I know that certain names are mentioned, like a Johnny Fisher and Alan Babbage to face you, but aside from them, did they say, no matter what, your next fight will be with us, we'll get you onto another show? Have they said anything like that to you?
I don't think so, no. Those talks would have been with Dimitri, and I haven't heard any.
So where do things currently stand with yourself and Otto in terms of potential names, potential opponents?
I haven't heard any names, but I talked to Dimitri yesterday. He said that they'll be looking to get me a fight for sure in January, and hopefully it will be a bigger name. If not, I will just take any fight just to get a fight right now, because I only fought one time this year and I want to fight a lot more. I got to be busy, and I need the training of fights, because I feel like fights is the best training. So that's what I need to get better. So, I'll take any fight at this point.
We've done numerous interviews over Zoom, Otto, and two names which you mentioned were Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz. Now, for whatever reason, you couldn't secure a deal against them, but them two actually squaring off against each other. Before we talk about if you'd want to face the winner, what are your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to make the fight with both of those guys, Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz, but it seemed like they didn't want it, to be honest. And now I see Charles Martin say that nobody wants to fight him, which is a little funny. But I'm going to be watching that fight for sure and see what happens. I would think that Ortiz was going to win. You never know. I mean, he's getting older too, so we see what happens. But I'll be looking at that fight, and I want to fight the winner, of course.
With that fight, who would you prefer to face? Never mind who you think will win, but who do you think would be a better fight for you?
I think I would like to fight Ortiz, because he's regarded as the better fighter. And, he should win that fight.
Now, just to touch on Tyson Fury and with regards to Dillian Whyte, one of the reports and the rumours were that Dillian was kind of holding out because of his interim status as the WBC champion for the WBC to order him to face Tyson Fury. That never happened at the recent convention. Just want to get your thoughts and your reaction to seeing that it wasn't ordered.
I was surprised by it, but I know that he has a lawsuit against the WBC, so my thinking is that maybe they didn't order it because they want him to drop that first. I don't really know, but honestly, I was smiling a little bit when I saw that.
Just with that case, let's say if Dillian wasn't to face Tyson, would you throw your hat back into the ring once again, potential rematch?
Yeah, sure. I mean, first and foremost, I would like to fight Fury because he's a champion, and I want to fight for the heavyweight world championship. That's my dream. So I want to fight him. If I can't fight him, I'll fight Whyte.
I mean, just before I let you go, Otto, just a couple of things I wanted to touch on. Canelo Alvarez up a cruiserweight. I just want to get your thoughts on potentially seeing him face Makabu next year.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Makabu much. Actually, I saw him one time in South Africa because he was sparring there. We were there for my friend Mickey Nielsen. He was fighting a fight over there with Kevin Lerena, and he sparred that guy, Makabu. I can't really recall much, but he was there, he was sparring. I remember that he was very slick and very relaxed in there. I remember that. But that would be interesting. I mean, I haven't seen much of him since, but I wouldn't think that Canelo team would take that fight if it was too big of a risk. So I would pick Canelo to win. And then eventually, I'm sure he's going to come up to heavyweight.
Are you going to be calling for the Canelo fight then?
Sure, I'm ready for it.
Otto, and also this past weekend we saw a terrific fight between Terence Crawford and Sean Porter. Just want to get your thoughts on what ended up being Sean's final fight of his career.
I felt like it was a pretty good competitive fight from what I saw. Stoppage, you know, some people will say it's a little early. It was a little early, but at the same time, that's his father, his trainer. So maybe he saw the signs that it wasn't going to end well. And sometimes it's better to pull your fighter before they get knocked out, and maybe he would have gotten knocked out. I don't really know, but you know, you gotta trust him, gotta trust the father and the trainer at that point.
The one fight everybody's spoken about for a while in that division is Terence versus Errol Spence Jr. If a deal could be agreed now with Terence being a free agent, what are your thoughts, Otto? Who would you kind of lean towards?
You know, I used to say Errol Spence, but now I feel like Crawford has been more consistent, and Spence had that car injury. A car crash and injury, and then he had that eye injury when he was going to fight Pacquiao. So Crawford has been more consistent. So right now I would say Crawford.
So just before I let you go, I just want to leave a final word to yourself ahead of 2022. For everybody who's going to be supporting you and continues to follow your journey, what would you like to say to them?
I would like to say thank you for all the support. I get a lot of support from the UK, from the US, from Sweden, from pretty much everywhere. So I'm really happy about that, and hopefully I get a fight soon and try to put on a good performance so everybody can be happy.
I appreciate your time today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I look forward to hopefully catching up soon with a fight date being announced for yourself. Thank you for speaking to me on Boxing Social.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.